The crowd's beginning to swell here at Churchill Downs as we get ready for Kentucky Derby 144. Thanks again for joining LEX 18's live coverage of the big race. And, well, we've passed lunchtime, so now we're on to dessert, and a special one that's associated with the big race.
Of course, we're talking about Derby pie. Now, this recipe goes back to 1950.
Yeah.
Tiffany Jackson visited Kern's kitchen to learn a little bit more about this Derby tradition.
Hey guys, let me tell you a little bit something about this recipe. It is so secret that right now only about 5 people living know the recipe to this Derby pie. When I was at Kern's kitchen a little earlier on this week, there was one person behind a giant curtain on the middle of their production floor. That's the one person who actually mixes this pie together. They would only let me back there for about a minute to get video of them cracking eggs. Take a look. With less than a week until the running of the Roses, Kern's kitchen is on overdrive.
Derby is I call it our Mount Everest. We start climbing in February, and we don't start seeing the plateau till about Derby week sometime, maybe. We haven't seen it yet this Derby week.
Every year the demand gets higher and higher for the signature chocolate nut pie.
For our Derby season, we're probably in the 50 to 60,000 pies.
All those pies are made the same way they were when the recipe was developed more than 50 years ago, with just a few modern advances.
We've grown it from, Grandma used to bake 3 pies at a time. So, we're running about 3 ovens now with 80 pies in an oven. So we're basically baking 240 at a time right now.
Even with all the demand, Alan Rook says there's still a little family kitchen with only about a dozen employees on their busiest days.
Still the same small batch, very focused on quality. So that's where it all starts.
It starts with their homemade dough pressed into a pie shell. Then those top secret ingredients are poured in. As fresh baked pies come out of the ovens, new ones go right in their place.
There's a lot of hands-on on this product.
For some people, the first Saturday in May isn't complete without a warm slice of Derby pie. And Roop says to still be a part of that all these years later is more than he could ever ask for.
That's a lot of Derby. People are a part of it. Whether they're here in Louisville or Lexington or London, England. The people can be a part of the Derby by watching the race, and it's a time and a spot in history.
All right, y'all, it is my turn to go get a slice of Derby pie. Let's send it over to Keith and Charlie with a Race 6 recap.
Well, we were perfect, and for the first time today here in Studio 3, we are not victorious.